After serving a number of years on the Sand Springs Board of Education, it became obvious that there never was enough money. Although the Sand Springs schools do more with less than any other school district I've ever seen, you just couldn't ever make ends meet and do the special things that teachers really needed for us to do. The Sand Springs Education Foundation has allowed them to come up with ideas and fresh new programs and been able to fund that for those teachers so they can do some really special things for our kids.
The obvious thing is that they have given my classroom things that I couldn't have given my kids on my own. You know, on a given year, my principal can give us around $150 for our classroom expenses, and that covers everything from printer ink to paper clips, you know, books for your classroom, everything. So there isn't a lot left over. There isn't a lot left over for, you know, science activities or anything that's away from the more traditional activities.
The Education Foundation has provided us the opportunity to travel down Route 66, where they gave us art supplies, software, and everything to where children made PowerPoints and travel brochures of every state where Route 66 goes.
Without it, I wouldn't have a lot of the tools that I need, that I would love to provide for my class, but personally can't purchase.
Oh, well, a couple of years ago, they gave me a wonderful opportunity. I teach a special class called Think Tank in the 6th grade center. The class decided that they wanted to do something for the community. They wanted to do some community service projects. Well, they had all of these grand plans, but it took money. You know, a large part of education is, I could do this if only. Well, the Sand Springs Foundation was our if only. They gave us seed money.
Well, I'm able to incorporate literacy and technology into my classroom. We're a literacy first school, and so that is our primary focus. And in the early years, that's the foundation for all learning, and so literacy is very important for us, and this has really helped me to incorporate that.
Okay. Well, the foundation in my spot was able to give me a new front row audio system. And this helps in our lab. I teach in the computer lab. So my voice is actually above their head instead of 20 feet away in front. So it makes my voice as important as the student next to them who may be whispering something and so forth. So it gets a very much more engaged from all the students in that.
They have allowed us to do digital storytelling. They have allowed us to have history through architecture.
Well, in my classroom, I have students with severe needs, not only physically but also cognitively. And I have students who are autistic, I have students who are nonverbal, I have students who are in wheelchairs. So we have all sorts of different disabilities. And so the foundation, time and again, has given me grant money to get communication devices to help my students to speak. I got a smart board from them that has allowed my students with physical disabilities to be able to access the computer using pointers and different devices, and so it's really opened up my classroom. I use those things every single day for my children to access their environment and to learn.
The Education Foundation has provided LCD projectors. They've provided CDs. We had a teacher wanting music in the classroom.
This was last year. This year's Think Tank has gone on to raise money. And then the class last year also raised money, so they gave us seed money. And with that, and with the money the kids have raised, we have adopted animals from the zoo. We sent a special needs child to therapeutic horseback riding. Oh, and I have pictures of that. It's just beautiful.
I think the most impact that the Education Foundation has done for teachers is allow them to be creative and not worry about the cost. It's not out of their pocket. It's not out of your activity fund pocket, but it benefits kids, and that's what all teachers really want, is the benefit for kids.
It's been a real bonus, not only for the teachers to be able to be enthusiastic about doing new things in their schools, but it's just been a great deal for the kids. They've been able to do lots of different things that they would not have been able to do otherwise.
It was all the kids' ideas. They planned it. They created a budget. They decided what they wanted to do. They planned the fundraisers. It's not only teaching them, of course, the hard skills like math and budgeting, but it's helping them to be better people.
they definitely have impacted a lot of lives for me and my students and the community.
And also, it has fostered a lot of conversations about volunteerism and, the generosity of the people who give their time and effort and energy to make this foundation work. A lot of times they see things on TV about giving money to kids in Haiti or giving money to this thing, but they don't realize that there are people right here in their own community who are giving of their time and their effort and their finances, to make sure that they have a great educational system here in Sand Springs. So we've, had a lot of conversations about volunteerism and generosity, and hopefully those are some things that they'll take with them into their adulthoods.
I mean, there's nothing that makes teachers smile and get excited than to get things they know they would never be able to get. Our budgets just won't allow much more than just the core. And, it's one thing to see the children excited. It's another thing to see our teachers excited, because really that's the magic in education.